Today I thought we'd take a different approach. Today I think we're going to dig into better results a little bit. And anyone that knows me knows that I've written the book, Better Results, 5 Steps to More Money, Influence, and Time to Do What You Want, as part of the Leadership is Personal series. But my book's a little different. Let's dig in.
Great. So high energy, had me engaged the entire time.
I think what's great about Kevin's message is that, no matter how naturally talented you are, or no matter how great you can be, you can always keep striving for that next level. And even, if you become complacent, you might not even realize you've done it. But Kevin really helps you realize, that there's so much more that you can do. If you take a step back, really reevaluate what you're doing and what you're not doing, you can take it to the next level.
I loved his message about God's gift to you and your gift back, and he's just so down to earth and just a helpful, wonderful man.
Really, I think you can put him in front of anybody, and you're going to be inspired, you're going to be motivated, you're going to want to go out there, and you're going to want to start, reaching for that next level today.
Hey, thanks so much for joining in to the Leadership is Personal podcast, bringing you real-world solutions to real-world challenges in anywhere from 3 to 10-minute increments. Leadership is personal. Here's the better results. There's a formula for writing a book. Tell the people what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you've told them. Anyone that knows me knows that I can talk with the best of them, and for however long you want to talk. But anyone that knows me from a leadership standpoint recognizes that I believe that less is more. There's no need to talk somebody to death. Said another way, there's no need to tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. And maybe that's why 92% of the people that buy books don't actually read them. But to give you just a little flavor of better results, I thought I'd share with you a little bit of my take on strategy. Now the book reads, Strategy. To show you how strategy works, I'd like to tell you a story from my college days. I moved down the court with the majestic tempo of a panther, dribbled right, around the back pass, and the defender cut to the left. I dished to my guy coming up on the right via no-look pass a la Magic Johnson, who bounced past it right back in the paint. Boom! I jammed the ball with the force of LeBron. As I landed, I saw Coach Collick motioning over to me to come to him. There would be absolutely no problem at all if Coach Collick were my basketball coach at Delaware State. He was not. Unfortunately for me this day, he caught me yet again playing basketball. Coach Collick was my football coach. Still not a problem if I weren't on a full scholarship to play football at Division I AA Delaware State University. I was. As if this doesn't sound grave enough, these facts were the least of my worries. You see, when I came down the court, dribbling with the imagined skill of an oversized Steph Curry, every big man desires to bring the ball up, I had on a penny loafer. That's right. I said a penny loafer. Yes. I had on dress trousers, a button-down shirt, and a penny loafer. Why, might you ask, was I wearing just one shoe? Because the other penny loafer didn't fit over my cast. Duh. Just weeks prior, I had broken my 4th and 5th metatarsal during the football game. I had a cast on my foot up to my calf. Interestingly enough, I could run again after about a week. Obviously, since I was just caught red-handed dunking a basketball in the main gym on the game floor. While I was on the football team, I loved the game of basketball even more. As I headed over to see my football coach, I couldn't imagine what his messaging would be. This time, it was quite obvious by the tinted shade of red in his face. He was furious. Son, you're no damn basketball player, and you're barely a football player. I don't know why I waste my time with you. You're just squandering your opportunity, right? He said a few octaves above a normal tone. But then, like when your mother has had it up to here with you, and her yell goes to a quiet, calm, and peaceful tone that lets you know that she is through, he got quiet. Note to self, shit just got real. You know what, Wright? I'm tired. That's it. I don't want to catch your ass on the court again. And you know what else? You ain't been getting in the weight room either. 4 times. Huh. He said in a quiet, confident, while still pondering. You know, son, everyone else will sign their scholarships before they leave. You, son? Nah, you won't. And if you don't get in the weight room over the summer, there won't be a scholarship here for you when you get back. I promise you, Wright, Don't unpack when you get back. Your ass may be leaving just as quick as you got here. If you don't get in the weight room over the summer, you're done here, son. Somehow I know he meant every word that he almost whispered. There were many more times you'd hear him yell and scream. But as the saying goes, don't worry when you're getting yelled at. Worry when you're not. He was done yelling and screaming. He was just done. It became all too clear when I received an official letter on college stationery. You know, that heavy paper that your scholarship offer comes on? Yeah, he let me know I'd lose my football scholarship if I was caught playing basketball again. This was serious. The 4 times Coach Collick mentioned was in reference to my 225 bench press max. The most I could lift, 225 pounds at that time, was 4 times. Now that's not too bad for a kicker. But as a D1 playing guard and tight end that's on a full scholarship, it's horrendous. I was a waste in his eyes at this point. If I didn't run a 4.6 40, I'd surely be gone. At 6'4", 265 pounds, I was one of the quickest players on the team off the ball. That means within roughly the first 3 yards from the snap of the ball, quickness was my savior. But no longer would this be enough. I had to lift. And lift is what I did. For all intents and purposes, my profession was a student athlete. But in the coach's eyes, I was being paid to play football. That made me an athlete student. The field I was to work on was a football field. Getting clear on where you want to play in your professional existence is of utmost importance. What fields do you want to play on? And as you create in your mind the legacy you want to leave and what it will look like, this should help to center you on where you want to play. I knew I had to have a scholarship when I returned. And not just have one, but keep one. Frankly, my parents couldn't afford to send me to school and pay tuition. I had a responsibility to use my skills to cover the cost of college. I knew this going in, and nothing had changed. I had to get in the weight room. However, I wasn't going to become an overnight gym rat. I needed to network with someone that loved the gym as much as I needed to learn to love the gym. I needed a connection. Someone that cared enough about and for me to give me their time and talent. Enter Kennard. Kenny was, and to this day, a gym rat. He was the connection that kept me going when I didn't think that I could. I'm not going to take up so much of your time to cover all of the 5 pieces of the strategy, but I will cover the 2 that we covered today. Fields. What fields do you want to play on? Where is it that you wish to participate? What industries, what sectors or segments, what products, or maybe even what markets? Where is it that you want to have your greatest impact? And the second piece, networks. With whom or what networks do you need to make connections to build relationship and gain exposure to move along the journey that you've set for yourself? Those are 2 parts of the 5-part strategy. You can hear the rest, and you can also hear how many times I did 225-pound bench press when I got back to school. You can find it all at leadershipispersonal.net. Pick up the book. Check me out. Better Results. 5 steps to more money, influence, and time to do what you want. This has been Kevin D. Wright, and I want you to remember that leadership is personal, and it all starts with you. Here's to your better results. If you join us here each and every week, you'll get a tidbit of information and insight that'll help you be the best version of yourself. Come back next week. Be sure to join us on Facebook within the Facebook group. Check us out on Twitter and on Instagram. Kevin D. Wright. Look us up. Check us out. Link to us online. Love to hear from you. Unlike some of the other podcasts, I want to hear directly from you, and I will answer your question. There's no question too tough, so together we can solve it. Stop back and tell a friend. Leadership is personal. Here's the better results.